about that.
Because like if it's city, you because if it's not school hours, it really doesn't.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
He threw me off.
I know.
Yeah, Joe.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Present.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Here.
Commissioner Metter. Almost said Dolder. Commissioner Zimmerman. Yeah, those have been talking.
I need approval of minutes of a meeting held on March 4th, 2024. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right. Need approval of minutes of executive session held on March 4th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, under visitors, David James, Riverview Ramble.
Thank you, Mayor.
River Ramble.
Commissioners, I'm here today to ask permission to have the Riverview Ramble for our fourth year in a row, the last Saturday of October this year. It'll be October 26th. I've turned in the permit and the fee to Mr. Turner, so. Typical, same as it's always been, so
It's a wonderful event.
thank you.
Appreciate you putting it on and all the work that you and your staff do for it.
Well, thank you very much. Just a note, over the past 3 years we've had it, we've been able to donate over $21,000 to local charities in town. So it's a great event. So thank you for letting us have it.
Thank you, David.
Any questions? If not, you got the green light. Work with Mr. Gidcombe and Chief McWilliams.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. All right, Zedmore, Improvements Department.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna propose that we remove the tennis courts by the city pool. I'd like to just get that movement, to improve the range for golfers practicing. We've obviously got a really great track record of golf going on right now with our girls. 3 state champions, hoping for a 4th. This area is not being used. I get to spend a lot of time there. And I'd love to at least entertain the idea of increasing that. It's a way to we're gonna get the regionals this year, will be held in Mount Carmel. I know that's a good thing for the city, but we could host more events if we had a driving range or at least an extension to that. That would add about, 60 yards probably to the area to practice. It would make a heck of a difference. It could be lit. There's already power there and lights. It would be a real unbelievable thing. I think we could work with maybe the Shanks and Vincents to maybe get some turf and sod maybe put in there. But I would love to see us do something there for the golf. Maybe name it after John White.
I don't know about that part.
So we cannot make a decision this evening
Yeah,
because
that's
it wasn't
fine.
publicly put out what exactly it was, but it is something that we can take into consideration and bring back up in either 1 or 2 meetings, depending on everybody's opinion.
Yep.
That'd be great.
So,
That'd be good. Thank
all
you.
right. Thank you very much.
Probably need to get your thoughts with the golf course committee.
That would be, I'll agree to do any of that.
At some point, assuming this was approved and everything.
Yes. Clearly, it has great value for our youth, for sure, but also adults as well.
Right.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. Beckerman.
Mr. Turner has the letter from Christmas Uptown and the request for a $2,500 donation, which is the same amount you've made the last 2 years, and we'd be using it basically for the same thing, which is mostly to cover the nearly $13,000 that we spend to book in the what we call the attractions, which is the carriages and the trolley and the trains and the horses and stuff.
Have you guys set the date yet?
Yes, December 6th.
Oh, great.
We approved that a couple
You approved the event, I
approved the
think.
event.
Yes. Mhm. Or I assume you did, you didn't tell me no.
Yeah.
No, you good?
I'm good with it.
Okay. I think it's a very worthwhile donation, and it brings a lot of people in town, so appreciate everybody's efforts.
And thanks for everything else besides the money that you guys do in terms of the street, police and everything.
Do we need a motion on that?
Yep.
I'll make it.
I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Nutter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. You want to speak about the parking zones?
Yes, this is an ongoing problem at the grade school or Nice, what used to be Nice, I think it's elementary school now. The backup before and after school, I talked with Mr. Eichert at the school. Basically, they're asking for a no parking zone between certain hours, like before school and after school, or during the school time, Monday through Friday. That would help the buses and maybe alleviate some of the traffic issues. Mr. Gitkin and I went out and looked at it. It's time to do something with that area, so it's not backing up to the hospital and backing up further down the road. I mean, the area is real small. Chief McWilliams, do you see any issue with what we're talking? It's on 13th Street, a little bit in front of the District 348 building, and then just past where the buses turn in that first turn.
No, I don't see it.
Only on 13th, yeah. Yeah, we won't touch Walnut. So, Jake? Dr. Blair, anything?
Do you know approximately how many feet you're gonna come towards my office on 13?
We're probably right up to the corner of your building. Just because you come up to that stop sign and you've got traffic here, here, and here, and it's not large enough to make a turn lane.
Right.
But if if the people are smart about the way they're driving, they can at least get out of the way for traffic trying to go straight through.
Right.
As it sets now, they just sit there and you've got a four-way stop, and that's when the deadlock happens.
I'm with you 100% on that. I just
Yeah.
didn't want to condense down the parking I have available.
No, we would stop before the building.
Okay.
So-
We can meet with you to
Yeah,
go. Tonight, we cannot make a decision since it's not on the agenda.
Okay.
So,
We have to do an ordinance too.
right, we have to do an ordinance on
Ordinance.
it because it's a change of parking. But anyway, we can stop by later this week and walk through with you
Great.
and
Thanks.
get it defined.
Appreciate it.
Everybody good on that?
Sure.
Yep.
Anything else under visitors this evening? Nope.
Visitors, no, I think we're good.
All right, move on to reports. Funny, sort of. I had lunch today at Rotary, and Dr. Blyer was there, and Commissioner Zimmerman's dad, Bill. And, you know, a long while back, I guess a year and a half ago, I was sitting at WSJD, and Kevin asked me, he said, "So can you tell me some of the stuff you're proud of as being mayor?" And you always look at projects and stuff like that because they're physical things that the community sees. Back in the fall, had an opportunity to work with Greater Wabash Regional Planning Commission on a little bit different type of grant. Last week, we got a nice email. It says, "The City of Mount Carmel, or congratulations to the City of Mount Carmel. You have been awarded $150,000 for fiscal year 24 Fall Recruitment and Retention Grant from the Illinois Law Enforcement Training Standards Board." So what this means is that for a 3-year commitment, the city will be able to write a check to each and every one of our officers for $10,000. And then, and Chief McWilliams is included in that, so we want to lock him down for 3 years at least. So anyway, and then on the recruitment side, we can offer a $10,000 lateral transfer a lateral transfer from another agency. This was a very highly competitive grant And, you know, I want a big thank you to the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. And then State of Illinois Senator Terry Bryant and State Representative David Severn were key in this, receiving this grant. I'm sure they, along with all the multiple agencies that I spoke with at the state of Illinois in Springfield and Chicago, we're going to be happy not to hear from me the rest of this month at least on this. But do appreciate Greater Wabash Regional Planning Commission working with me on getting it submitted. But like I said, being able to get an award of, you know, $150,000 to give out to employees is just, you know, one beyond belief for myself. But it's a nice thing, and our officers do so deserve it for everything that they do. April 8th, Eclipse. It will be here before you know it, and, you know, contrary to some belief, we do have a plan for that weekend. City Hall will be shut down on April 8th all day. Normal day-to-day activities will not be the norm for city employees. We will have, we've been having many meetings about this eclipse and what it will, you know, bring to Mount Carmel. And the word is, you know, might or will. We don't know yet. So nobody knows exactly how many people are coming, and we won't know till they're here, unfortunately. But our workforce will be redeployed to different parts of the community to assist with traffic and whatever is needed. Our public works employees go through training each year on flagging, so they know how to direct traffic to assist with the police department. We have WEMA as another, you know, resource for us, along with the police department. So we feel that we are, you know, going to be adequately comfortable for our plan. We're basically starting on the 7th. We're having a concert, the Steel Company up at Merchants Park, have some food truck there with some other vendors. And then on Monday, starting at 10 a.m., again, have food trucks uptown and seating areas and things of that nature up at Merchants Park for people to come sit back and enjoy the eclipse. So anyway, if you would like to set up a food booth or any other type of vendor up there on Market Street those 2 days, please call 262-4822 for an application here at City Hall. So that's, 3 weeks away, so it'll be here sooner than we know it. So.
Are there still camping spots available?
The only camping spots that I'm aware of that have been taken up are up at the airport.
Okay.
So yeah, to answer your question,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Are we still selling glasses up here, Jeff?
I think we have like 150 pairs left of the 2,500 that we have purchased.
Okay.
So, yeah, they've actually, went pretty fast, so. I got you covered, Tom. I got you covered.
You do?
Yeah. All right, Commissioner Matter.
Thank you, Mayor. Basically, just worked on Division Street a little more. That's coming along pretty nicely. Ground some stumps out of the city park and duck pond. Other than that, just some overall maintenance, replaced a couple signs, got stuff ready for spring, and that's about it in a report.
Thank you, Commissioner Matter. Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Past 2 weeks, we had receipts of $288,612, expenditures of $45,901 in the general fund. Most of it was in our tax income, state income tax, sales tax, utility tax, replacement tax, that area, bringing our revenue for the year to just over 3.9 million, 96% of our budget. So we are in good shape there. End of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Eichmeyer. Commissioner Weeks.
Thank you, Mayor. Sewer plant, ran the sludge press, getting the equipment ready for summer mowing, mostly general maintenance, water sewer maintenance, just general day-to-day operations. Into my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Meeks. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mayor. The fire department in the last couple of weeks has had 10 runs, and those have varied. I also want to congratulate the Guns in the Guns and Hoses game yesterday. It's the first time they won in like the last many years. But congratulations to them. Also, changing subjects to the garbage. The commercial drivers, so we are also looking at April 8th, because of course the eclipse is on a Monday. We are trying to alter the collection a little bit that day. It's basically, we're gonna have people put their trash out even earlier so that the trash trucks can get in, get around, and get back out before basically the break of day. So they, at this time, are gonna start between 3 and 4 in the morning. We will have more details on that, an updated report at our next council meeting, which is on April 1st. But just kind of be prepared to make sure you have your trash out that night before, because they do wanna get in, get it picked up, and get back out, hopefully. And then the large trash pickup will be on April the 1st, starting that week, starting on April the 1st of that week. End of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Zimmerman. Mr. Turner.
All right, Mayor. First, we have ordinance 2103 with the second reading waived. The reason for the waiver is due to this is already a variance that was set back. We're just kind of tidying up some of the paperwork. Is that correct, Mr. Gittin?
It went through the zoning board.
And it went through the zoning board. So,
That's the reason, yeah.
yeah, zoning board already approved it. There were no issues or complaints, correct, Mike?
That's correct.
So, we just need a motion to accept that ordinance.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
Resolution 703, our city engineer, Dave Dallas, you want to go over the MFT spending?
I can do that very briefly. This is for the city's MFT summer maintenance program. Includes traffic lights, the electricity for those at the intersections, bituminous patch mix, concrete for concrete patching, some erosion control, street sweeping, road salt, sidewalk replacement, crack joint pavement sealing, HMA resurfacing, we have 3 or 4 little areas, and the normal chip seal of the streets for the summer. Total cost of the project this year is estimated to be $386,718. $386,718. We have an income of about $400,000 from our MFT each year, so we're basically within. We're not going to be eating into what we have in reserve, which is about $700,000 in that account right now.
We'll need a motion to accept the MFT spending.
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Go ahead, Susan.
I'll second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, for removal, we'll remove the executive session this evening, remove that to April 1st. We'll also remove liquor commission. Family Dollar has applied for a liquor license. However, their application is complete minus the amount owed. They didn't pay, so we will not vote on that. We'll get a check from them. Then Sharp Solution, they are the only bidders that we had for the airport roof getting fixed. Their bid was $44,880. That's something that's, the airport has the money and it needs to be done. So if I can get a motion to approve the airport, the spending of $44,880.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
Thank
That's
you.
something we have dealt with for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, and haven't, every little fix hasn't worked, so we gotta do a little more. The last thing I have this evening, or actually I have one other thing, we're working on the budget. We're hoping to have that to the council April 1st, so you guys can vote on it, or have the first reading with it adopted without having a special meeting being held. So Mr. Gitkin and I have been working on that. Mr. Thompson has, Jeff Thompson, who purchased the building down in Southgate, has once again requested that we vacate the cul-de-sac. so he can fence it in for his business. This is brought up last year, but no motion was made by the council. And I was seeing if anyone's gonna make the motion this time, at the request of Mr. Thompson.
Any discussion?
I was thinking there was an issue with, the reason we didn't do anything last time is there was some utilities that going through that
Yes.
area.
With their easements?
Well, we have water lines that go underneath that cul-de-sac that
Correct.
feed that whole area down through there.
I'm just bringing it back up. No motion?
So with not hearing anything, it fails with no motion.
Okay. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right. Mr. McCollum.
No report, Mayor.
Mr. Garcia.
I have no report this time, Mayor.
Chief McWilliams.
I have something real quick I want to say. This morning, Wabash General EMS, Mount Carmel Fire, and Mount Carmel City Police were able to save someone using Narcan that appeared to be an opioid overdose. The stuff is here, it's around, people need to be smart about it. Luckily, we were able to save that person. They did make a complete recovery to my knowledge, but this is not something that's going on in Evansville, Chicago, or St. Louis. It is something to worry about here. Fortunately, it worked out the way it did, but we're trying to get some information out today to remind people the dangers of using any kind of drug, because any drug can be laced with fentanyl or what have you. But Cruz did a great job. I talked to a lot of the parties involved, and we learned a few things, but we did a lot of things really well. So just wanted to let you guys know that.
Thank your department for the good work along with WGH and the EMTs.
Yes, it was, everyone did really well. So,
Chief, was this in a pill form?
yes,
And they just touched the pill, is that correct?
no, it was probably ingested would be my guess. Whether they knew it was on there or not, I have no idea. But, it can be in any shape, any form, it can be put on anything. I mean, you just never know what you're getting your hands on. So, and there's only so much you can do to save someone if they get in that situation. We had, a few weeks ago, someone had a car crash and an individual, it was in the county, but an individual said they keep Narcan on them at all times because that particular family member had 5 overdoses and had to be Narcan 5 times.
Wow.
It wasn't anyone local. They're from the region, just not from Wabash County, but just to put that in perspective. Other than that, nothing.
All right. Thank you, Chief. Mr. Gibson.
No report, Mayor.
All right. Rhonda.
No report?
All right. Not hearing that, I need approval of consent agenda. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Second. Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks?
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Metter?
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman?
Yes.
Is there any other business we need to handle this
One
evening?
other thing, Mayor, I've got to put out the bid of mowing. I know in the budget last year, we approved $25,000 for a mower. The bids came in, or the bid that we checked on was at $33,000, so I'll be putting the bid out and hopefully have it April 1st. So we can get it approved and ready. So that's all I have.
All right. Anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Oppose the same sign.